Hey, let's talk news. It's time to talk some gaming news. I am Nick, and I am back with some Loud Thumbs news with Nick, and we're gonna get kick it right off. We're gonna get right into it here. We got a bunch to talk about today. So we're gonna start with some breaking news that just came in just a few minutes ago here over on VGC, and that is the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remaster has been given a little bit more insight on what they're gonna do with the game. Just skimmed this just a couple minutes ago before going live here. And essentially, what it says here is the players are going to have two control schemes, original tank style controls from the PS1, and a modernized control based on the Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld era of Tomb Raider. That's a pleasant addition. I'll take that. And then Aspyr also introducing a health bar for bosses in a move to design to make tougher encounters less frustrating. In-game items like health kits and ammo are now 3D instead of 2D, and there are 200 trophies to collect across the PlayStation versions of the game. There is also a robust photo mode and a few more surprises it's keeping under wraps for now. So, let me know in the comments below on that one. We're going to go through some quick news here. I'm kind of cool with this. I like this. We're going to see what the price tag ends up being on this game here. It kind of bothers me a little bit on where we're going to end up with pricing. Pricing's been a big deal here for me lately, if you've been tuning into the podcast or anything along them lines. We're going to go through a little bit more quick news and get that out of the way here. Topspin. Okay, anybody out there familiar with Topspin? Let me know in the comments below if you guys are familiar with Topspin. This was a game that I put a lot of time into back in the day. It is making a return. They had a teaser trailer that came out here today. This is a tennis game for anybody out there not familiar with it back in the day. This was a very popular game on 2 generations ago. The Wii, 360, PS3 generation was the last release for this game. Was clear back then. Long time. Makes me feel old. 2011 was the last release for this franchise, so it's kind of cool to see. No dates or anything released. It's just called Topspin 2K25. So you guys can check out the trailer. It's just a little short trailer here over on VGC. You guys can check that out. But let me know below. You guys are excited for this? I'm actually excited for this. I like a tennis game. I have a lot of fun with these back in the day, and I like some table tennis too. By the way, bring back Rockstar's table tennis. Do something cool with that again, Rockstar. That'd be dope. Let's do that. Let's see that. See that happen. On to the next bit. We want to talk about, you know what, before we move from Topspin, I'm kind of curious. Are we going to get all this microtransaction garbage that we're getting through the NBA 2K games, that we're getting from all the 2K games anyway? Let me know down below. How do you guys feel about that kind of stuff? That's ridiculous to me. So, don't put it out in the universe right now. Don't put microtransactions in this game, please. Make it 2v2 and be done. 1v1, whatever. We're going to talk now a little bit. I want to go in and discuss some of the top 10s that we have over in Europe right now. So, this is from GameBiz. They are compiling, or just compiled, I should say, a list of all of the top 10 games, or, well, I guess it's 20 games that came out by sales of 2023. And we're just going to start at number 1 and go down the list here and then talk real quick about a couple of things that I found kind of interesting. So EA Sports FC 24, which is the new football club game, that is FIFA, the new name, is number 1. Number 2, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 3, FIFA 23, so last year's version. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is 4. Grand Theft Auto 5 is 5. And that's pretty much all the ones I'll go down right now. The thing I find interesting, though, is going through here and reading this is the first time that Call of Duty has not been in the top 3 in quite some time. So their sales were down 32% in Europe. So that's worth taking note of. And we'll see where Microsoft goes now that they own them. And yeah, we'll find out. But Hogwarts Legacy in second place. Obviously, the backlash and the banning and, all that stuff that went down didn't work. Nice try. And then, flip FIFA has been enormous for who knows how long, so I'm not terribly surprised to see that, I guess. Um, we had in the top 10 still, we did have Spider-Man 2 coming in there. We had Mario, Wonder, and Zelda were also in there at number. Um, well, it says number 3 and 4. Oh, this is physical carts. So just for physical cartridges, they were number 3 and 4. And then they were still in the top 10, though, for digital as well. So pretty cool. Red Dead Redemption was number 6 or 7 here, and well, it was number 8. Apologize. Their sales were up 19%. That's awesome. That game came out in 2018. That game is amazing. And then Grand Theft Auto's sales being in number 5 for the year is insane. Game came out in 2013, and it's a juggernaut. It's not going anywhere. But the other part that's kind of crazy is their sales are only down 1%. That's it. So that's pretty wild if you ask me. Very cool though. I'm a big fan of Rockstar, so I think it's deserved. I'm happy to see them to do more like that. A little bit more news here out of Europe. So the retail store Games has stopped trade-ins. They're no longer doing any more trade-ins. As a part of an integration of Game, we will be phasing out trade-ins, pre-owned, and Game Elite offerings in the UK over the coming months. This was from a spokesperson for the company. Pre-owned will still be available in our standalone stores across the UK while stocks last. So not long. And Game Elite will still be available until the end of the summer. So that's kind of like their subscription model, I think. It's kind of like we have Pro. I think we have Pro Gamer, Gamer Pro, something like that. GameStop, it's kind of deal. So that goes to show something, and I think we'll talk about that now, actually, because we have Ubisoft stating that you can say goodbye to your physical media because we have a Ubisoft exec who comes on and he says gamers need to get comfortable not owning their games for subscriptions to take off. So that's kind of like a conversation is kind of two sides of one. So basically it's like gamers need to get comfortable for the subscribers or subscriptions to become huge, which they're becoming bigger. So will that or won't that happen is kind of the conversation to be had here. And I kind of like to know down in the comments from you guys, what do you guys think? Because this honestly seems like a situation where we do have companies putting out subscription services. I mean, we're all kind of on them. We're going to be talking about them here in a minute, actually. But are they bad? Are they killing physical media? Is kind of a question I have. Because more and more of us got used to, and they talk about that in here, they got used to CDs, and then the CDs became only streaming, Apple Music and Spotify. And then we all got used to DVDs and Blu-rays, and now we have Netflix, who we used to rent those from. Now we have just Netflix streaming service and HBO Max and Disney and all these, companies that used to just only just rely on physical media. And now they're not. They're just completely complacent, I guess would be the word for it. Focusing on these streaming services to keep them alive and keep them going. And now that's rolling into games. I mean, we know Game Pass, Nintendo has a Nintendo Switch Online, PlayStation has, PlayStation Plus, collection of all their different series or tiers. And clearly we have Steam. Now Steam is not as much a subscription service as it is like, holy cow, they're great deals. But this is worth taking note of. It says we see expansions on consoles as the likes of PlayStation, Xbox, and everything. Like I basically just said, and the things we saw gamers are used to is a little bit like DVDs, owning their games, and owning their games. The consumer shift that needs to happen. They got comfortable owning CD collections and DVD collections, and obviously till now what's going on. But I mean, he kind of goes into his own personal stuff here, talking about he still owns some DVDs and things like this, but yeah, the comments haven't gone down well with the customers or with the gamers here who prefer to buy their video games on disc as opposed to downloading them on the streaming or streaming them. But it's worth pointing out that Ubisoft, like many other video game publishers, does still release its games on disc. And while digital sales have grown as a portion of overall sales over the years, a significant portion of players still prefer to own their games. And that is true. I mean, I will admit I am a highly digital gamer. I kind of look at digital gaming a lot like going to the arcade and the experience I get with it. You pop the quarters in, you play your game, and you leave, right? So you're not there to own the arcade or bring it home with you, right? You're there to just play the game, have a good experience, and take off. That's kind of how I look at it for me on streaming. Like, I like to be able to pick up something and play it and see if I like it, move on, go to the next one, right? And that's like jumping into, a big conversation. But I get why you want to own it. I'm also, I kind of talk out of both sides of my mouth sometimes because, like, game preservation is big for me. I just don't have the money to buy every game. And I also don't know, like, where to get a lot of them and try and help preserve them and what to do in that aspect. So, I don't like to see things go digital and then obviously all of them just disappear. Obviously, that is part of the contract with going digital. I get that. But I want to preserve games digitally because that is, I think, the future. And that, I think, is missed right now. So that's a huge conversation for another time. But let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about game preservation, losing this digital option or this physical option and strictly going to a digital, streaming services or download only kind of thing. Because I'll tell you, the only thing that worries me is when everything goes to streaming and we're going to be focused on an enormous price tag that's going along with that streaming service to be able to play like 1 or 2 games. Or maybe if you're in my case, you might play 10 or 20 games a year. That price tag could be through the roof. So anyway, let me know on that below. Super curious to know what y'all think. And we'll get on to a little bit more news here. That's kind of some of the smaller stuff. I want to get into kind of the big stuff now. The bigger thing here, and I kind of dressed for the occasion, as you can see here, with my PlayStation garb on. But I want to talk about this. I think this is exciting. We're getting the Foam Stars. Is going to be coming out from the guys over there at Square Enix. And this is going to be a PlayStation Plus game. So we're getting that. And I also want to talk about how they are making accusations. A lot of people are comparing it to Splatoon. I am guilty of this as well. I have definitely made a mention that this is a lot like Splatoon. The developer here, he really does not want you to do that. Like, he really does not like it at all. So he has a few choice words that he wants to go over and talk about with everybody here. And basically, what he's coming down to say here is that, well, let me get to it. There have been plenty of comparisons on the internet, but also we saw on social media that people who actually played it saw that it is a completely different game, and I hope you also agree. I feel like the mechanic of having things you shoot stay on the field is very unique, he added, joking that it would be a great honor if the fans eventually gave the genre a nickname akin to Soulsborne or a Metroidvania. So my vote is spray shooter. It's a spray shooter, right? That's what all you do. You're spraying something out, right? You're not shooting bullets, and you don't shoot paint. You spray paint, or you, I don't know, spread paint. Spread shooter sounds dumb to me, but it's there's something along those lines. Is like a spray shooter. I mean, I think Foam Stars could be a little bit of an underground success that we may not expect to come out. I might hit out of left field. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with it. They're putting it on PlayStation Plus, so you guys are going to have to tune in for that. And I mean, I'm going to be streaming that thing because I want to check it out. And I think we're going to stream it here on the channel. So you have to watch for us doing that here. I believe, I don't know why I've lost the article in front of me here, so I apologize. But it's February release here. And I'll give you guys the details. I have found it. I have found the article. So Square Enix Foam Stars will launch next month via PlayStation Plus. This was just announced today. 4v4 shooter will be given to subscribers at no extra cost. $30 purchase after if you do not you do not pick it up in time. And I think that's a fair price, just thinking about what the game is going to offer. And I'm good with it. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear and see that we're getting, something budget priced, right? And this it looks like it could just be fun. And that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be fun. And I'm worried it won't be fun. However, I'm super curious on what you guys think about it and what's going to happen. I'm going to play this thing. I'm going to play it on stream. And hopefully you guys will come check it out over on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I think it's great that it's going to be included in the subscription, because I think that's what they're doing, the exact thing that I've been talking about a lot on our podcast lately. And that is get the price down and get it to people. So not only is the price going to be down at $30, they're going to get it to people for free to begin with. And what better than that? Like, give it to the subscribers that already love the platform, and let's see where it goes. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and I want to know what you guys think about it as well. So hit me up in the comments below, and let's talk some games, and let's talk some Foam Stars, and see what your thoughts are on it as well. Right. So the last thing I want to hit you guys with is, this is just for me. This is a geek moment. There might be a Bill and Ted 4. They're talking about it. I'm excited. There's a quote brought out by Alex Winter, and it says they are tinkering with a fourth movie idea that all of us like, and the guys are going to write it. So we'll see. And that pumps me up. I thought the third one was good. I didn't think it was great. I think it deserves a little bit better send-off, but I have a big place in my heart and nostalgia for Bill and Ted. And Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey are fantastic. I love both of those movies, but I was also very young when I watched both of those movies, and I really do enjoy the new one, and my kids who were young enjoyed it too. So it's out there. It's for people. So that is something I'm excited to see what's going to happen there. And that is what I'm going to end on with this episode of news. Is everybody out there, be excellent to each other.